So I don't know about you, but I actually was thinking this, at least from the trailers made this game look really good as far as like graphics, and it's just, World War II. A lot of people are a sucker for that kind of setting, myself included.
Yeah, I think they put a lot of time into the trailers. A lot of their money goes into like making it look super cinematic and awesome. And I feel like it's a problem that used to happen more often than not. Instead, they're a lot better about it now in AAA games, where it's like, oh, the trailer's not the in-game footage, don't get excited. And somehow this game manages to act like it's from like 2013 and do that.
It does the opposite.
Yeah, like I feel like we were already past that bump in the gaming world. Like even freaking Battlefield 1 knew not to do that. And that game is way more ambitious, but yeah, I was really thinking the graphics would be better, and within my first game I was like checking my settings to making sure everything was on ultra, and it was, and it was like, this just looks really drab, like it could have been released like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be at least a decent game, like, moderate. I hardly play FPSs at all, but I was kind of excited to try it at least, just because of the setting, and it looked like it was going to be a really beautiful game, but
yeah,
I
have a little bit of experience with the past 2 Call of Duties, which were Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. They felt similar, and they've changed the formula with the futuristic shooters, where it's more like you're more mobile, and it's like Titanfall, where you can like double jump and do all this crazy stuff. And then this World War II game doesn't have that at all, because obviously you don't have the technology for you to double jump. So
yeah,
basically I was thinking this game had to reimagine just the World War II shooter, and when I first started playing it I was like, this just feels like a remake of World at War. And then the more I played it, the more I didn't like it because
yeah,
it's
the original World at War is better.
I've never played such a by the numbers, basic, thoughtless World War II game in my life. It's such a... People love the setting for a lot of reasons, because it's so interesting, the time period. And this game is just like... just so plain. And a lot of that is due to the maps, like the map design. It's just... I'm leaving now, because alright. I'll be back when I'm ready to talk about the maps, but god damn it.
you got so mad when you were playing the game too.
Infinite Warfare is way better than this game, and Infinite Warfare is shit.
That game is pretty bad.
Because at least it tries to do new things. At least there's some level of let's do levels on space, and
I mean,
everyone has their little
it's the same mechanics
or whatever.
It's the same mechanics as Black Ops 3 though.
Yeah, but Black Ops 3 is a little more polished, I think. I did, and like, okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty of like the gameplay here, because 2 things happen, okay? There's only 2 options you have in every single game. Doesn't matter what mode, is you're gonna run and gun, hope you see someone before they see you and you shoot them, or you're gonna camp in a corner and just pray.
And why are these maps still so small? Like with Battlefield 1?
Well, I mean, I get it's supposed to be small level combat, like Battlefield 1.
But there's no opportunities for tactical gameplay.
Yeah, there's no tactical options.
It's either run and gun, or
you can't
camp. Exactly.
And both options, there's no planning or like creativity with how you approach a situation. I mean, that's the thing that a big thing that contributes to that is the maps, because they have to be designed in a way for you to take advantage of the layout. And like, that's what was so good about Modern Warfare 1 and 2. So what do you guys think? Better than Modern Warfare? So like, the maps are really the first big just nail in the coffin for this game.
I love the idea of trench warfare, but
oh my God.
They made the map so it's just like you run around corners and
actually there's a map with trenches, and it's actually the worst map because of that run and gun issue, where you're just gonna the time to kill is so quick and there's no thought put into it, that you just run in there and just hope. Where like you look at Battlefield 1's trench warfare, and because the trenches were part of a bigger map, it would be more about taking over the trenches with a squad and holding it out, and it just felt right. But with this, when all the map is trenches, it's just stupid. So like, God, yeah, that was definitely the worst map. This might be the shittiest map. There's actually not a single map that I thought was good, except there's a snow map, which I don't know if we played it, but aesthetically it was the only thing that was just slightly interesting, because it had snow on it, and there was snow in the game. So
yes, yeah, and the time to kill isn't inherently bad. It's just the maps need to take that gameplay and make something interesting of it, because otherwise there's no point in having the time to kill that small if it's just going to promote its own run and gun gameplay. Because basically just run around, hey, you see an enemy, you kill them, because there's no time for them to be like, oh hey, I'm being shot at, I'm gonna take cover. Yeah, there's none of that.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you feel about the guns?
I used to play FPSs on my 360 with like a controller. I don't know what it is about this game. Maybe it's just because I suck with mouse and keyboard, but I was really struggling with aiming.
Yeah, I had the same issue.
Like, I tried the infantry class first, and that gun isn't bad, but I couldn't aim with it, and then every time I died, I saw I was getting killed by, like, in 2 or 3 shots by this grease gun that everyone was using.
The grease gun felt like the best gun in the game when I used it.
I picked it up, first match, I ended up just picking it up off the ground and instantly got a kill with it.
Yay.
Oh hey, I just found a grease gun on the ground. This is the gun that everyone uses to kill me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I messed around a lot with the shotguns, and I thought it was kind of silly to have shotguns in this game when the time to kill is so quick.
When the time to kill is so low with rifles, the shotgun just seems like a joke.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't killed anyone with it yet.
It's like, why even bother when you have a higher chance of shooting a machine gun and hitting someone, then you get one shot and then you gotta pump it with a shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
So why even bother when the time to kill is so short? I don't know how I feel about a shotgun in this game. At first I thought I'd like it, but
Well, if you don't like it, you're a communist.
God damn it. And then the snipers are just like, it's a problem that the last 2 Call of Duties had, where because the maps are so small and there's no like vantage points for it really, you're just kind of like sniping so medium range that it doesn't really feel like you're sniping. It's weird. It's more like having an ACOG scope from like the old games. And I pulled off a couple good shots, but it was more out of just luck and not me not knowing what I was doing. So The snipers
Yeah.
are just kind of silly.
Oh man, the game just didn't want me to play it.
Yeah, there's a lot of technical problems surrounding.
A lot of technical problems.
I did expeditionary and mountain because when you level up, you get a unlock token, and then you can unlock more divisions.
The game reset my audio too.
Wait a minute. I don't have crouch bound. Like,
Wait,
if you go to
there's no-
settings,
Oh, are you?
and you go to
kidding me?
control.
Don't question the game; it's already perfect.
Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, even though crouching, even
I'm
though
recording that.
uncrouching is unbounded, pressing C actually makes you crouch. Time to eliminate the enemy, guys. You know what
Damn
that means, right?
I just clicked enter, and it put me in windowed mode. What?
Welcome to Call of Duty. How do I change?
My left mouse was bound to melee.
What?
Not for me.
Like I aimed down the sights and tried to gun someone down. I just started knifing, and I always lag right when I see an enemy. Fucking
I love when that
flawless.
happens. Oh my god, I got a shit. Oh, there we go.
Wait. Huh. I meleeed using the mouse and I can't replicate it.
That was kind of the final. It was like icing on the cake on top of how this game just really fell flat for me in terms of its design with the maps and the gunplay. Is the lag, and it's the kind of lag that's not like a beta issue and more so just a consistent problem that everyone I knew had.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was a beta issue. I don't know how all the stages of development work with games, but it's just like I would shoot someone with a shotgun and have to wait a second and a half, maybe even 2 seconds before they fell down. So that's the difference in how fast-paced this game is from me loading another shot in them or running away or shooting someone else. And it totally just screwed up the game.
I also I feel like when I'm behind a wall and I shouldn't get shot, the bullets just wrap around the wall and hit me.
I think that has to do with the lag of the kills. Like, I noticed a couple of the kills not that long ago. When I killed them, they died like a second after in a different location. You assume that you shot them enough so they die, and then they die a second later, like a couple feet away.
Yeah,
That's
that's a really big problem with the snipers and shotguns. Because you hit them once, and then you're like, oh, do I need to shoot them again? Oh, no, they just died. Oh, it's just the kind of lag that's not even like bugs. It's just like the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I remember the Battlefront beta, even though, like, it played pretty fine, there were, like, actual bugs in the levels, which made sense, because it's a beta and it's not
Yeah.
perfect yet.
We were talking about how there's basically no tactical options with the maps, and I think that goes with the classes as well. They're called divisions, but I'm calling them classes. I think that they're a great idea. I could see this in better maps, but with how small and just the map design itself right now, you can't do any of the strategy. Right, the heavy machine gun, you can lay down suppression fire or something. Infantry, shotgun, airborne, they can go in and flank different sides, different approaches, whatever. Those three classes have different weapons, but I could see them taking the same approach. But then the sniper could hang back with the heavy machine gun guy, or even further back. Like, none of the maps take these divisions into consideration.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think the Division idea is a good idea, especially for a World War II game. But like I said, it all comes back to the maps and not taking advantage of them. This game does appear to have sort of the real basic sort of progression system. There's score streaks for score streaks. Yeah, just forget about those, because they're not gonna happen. You die so much in this game. You're lucky to even get your first score streak.
None of us got any score streaks in the matches we played.
Because, oh my gosh, like, I probably saw one airstrike in my entire time playing the beta.
Same, and it killed me. It killed me when I was trying to kill myself with my own grenade.
This game was just the most generic presentation and a very big letdown in terms of what I expect from... I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this game made Infinite Warfare look pretty good. pretty good, because...
Yeah, like, when you first...
Oh my god.
When I first went into the game, your model looks so bad. So
yeah, forget any
bad.
trailers you've seen, or maybe even E3 stuff they did, because whatever that looks like probably doesn't look like what we played, because it's not good. This is just like the most lifeless, generic World War II game I've ever played.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of disappointed, honestly. I expected a bit more. I also thought the graphics were going to be a million times better. The graphics are pretty bad for a AAA game.
Like, if you play was it Black Ops 3 or even like Infinite Warfare, you can actually like tell it's a AAA. Like the graphics are pretty good, but
I never played
this is
Infinite
so
Warfare.
like muddy and gross.
Yeah.
God, should we even play another game?
No.
I'm gonna try one more.
The first thing you're introduced to is your computer appears to have changed since the last time you ran Call of Duty World War II beta. I've never had a game do that to me before, and it used the Windows prompt.
Yeah, and everyone I know who played this got that same message.
It's just so lazy. And the game forced Steam Big Picture mode on me when I had a controller plugged in, and even when I wasn't using the controller. I've never had a game do that to me before. That's obviously not Steam's fault. That's never happened to me before. And my mouse ended up breaking while in Big Picture mode, which probably Steam's fault, but you know, could be Call of Duty. The game forced me into windowed mode on the third time running the game. And, you know, first and second time it was full screen. Not sure what happened there. When I finally got into a match, less than a minute, game crashes. And then after the game crashed, this is my favorite part, right? That prompt that asked me if I wanted to run the game in safe mode. And then it says this is recommended for most people.
Oh god.
If your open beta is suggesting to most people to run the game in safe mode, something's wrong. And later on, the game crashed again while it was in safe mode.
Did you guys leave the game?
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. Alright, it's time to write a review. This game actively tried to stop me from playing it.
Yeah, at one point, it said I didn't have my controller plugged in when it was plugged in, even though it detected it before, and then it gave me Xbox controls of yes and no. So yes, it did have my controller. It did see my controller, but it didn't want to see my controller.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using PS4 controller as well. Every indie game that comes out has PS4 buttons nowadays.
Oh yeah, it's just really dumb.
Yeah, and you can't skip the tutorial cutscene. It's not really a tutorial. It's just like, you pick your own division, but it appears like a tutorial.
I can't skip it.
You're not out there in the field.
I can't skip
This is your place to advance your career.
I
Gear
don't
up,
care.
train hard.
This is Call of
Get to
Duty.
know your
There's
fellow
nothing
soldiers.
to advance.
We're well.
And you're forced to choose your starting division even though you know nothing about the game. Each division has its own training video, which is neat, but I don't know, I think it's just a wasted effort when you consider the final product.
Attention! Welcome to the Resistance. We do not have the luxury of time as our enemies are closing in, so I will be brief.
Once you click the division, it brings you to the loadout screen, where it looks like I'm supposed to choose a class, but what you actually have to do is press the back button. I was stuck on that for like a minute, trying to figure out what it wanted me to do when I had to press back. How does that make any sense?
I don't know.
I'm getting mad at this
Just
game.
questioning everything at this point.
At the end of the match, when the top players show up, it stays too long as the counter in the upper left is going down, and both me and Stuart were wondering if we can actually do anything in between the matches.
Is it gonna like get us set? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can we actually do stuff while we're waiting for the next game?
It seemed like it was kind of stuck. So that's just not given the option to continue to the next screen, but having to wait for it to do that. That's bad.
Can you just...
I found the join game button. Could not accept. I must complete a match first. No. Why? Why?
You must buy 3 packs of Call of Duty World War II Tostitos pizza rolls.
Some of this shit, I don't even like know what the fuck it's trying to tell me. What's 8 damage? Like, how much health do people have?
Oh, that's great. The only thing like, every Call of Duty game has had, no matter how shit they are, is when I do kill someone, it is satisfying, but it comes with a cost, and that cost is a lot of bullshit. So we're gonna buy the $80 deluxe edition?
I prefer the $160
This is the last
deluxe
time I'm
edition.
fucking playing this game.
God damn it.
Yeah.
See, now this seems like the way to play. Just bring a fucking bazooka.
Where'd you get a bazooka?
It's in my fucking loadout class.
Like muscular guys that come in. I don't know how you get kills, man. I'm 0 and 10.
I'm 6 and 10 now. Max, you're 2 and 15.
I could like fix the lag in this game. I could see myself never coming back to it.
Gosh, I love the idea of trench warfare too. It's just this
It's
isn't.
done so much better in Battlefield 1.
It's just.
And
yeah,
this, it's just, it makes the run and gun problems even worse. The lag, like, fucks up my shots so bad.
Also, how does someone like shoot me in the stomach and then I launch forward?
And the score streak is so improbable, it's not even worth, like, trying your hardest to, like, camp and rack up points, because it's just a run and gun and you're gonna get killed by someone you would have never suspected.
Yep.
Hey, just gonna get killed by some fucking asshole.
Isn't that an Overwatch map?
Yeah, watch Point Gibraltar.
There's a level in this game called Gibraltar. What?
Oh, I think Gibraltar is an actual place in the world.
I'll believe it when I see it, Dick. I don't understand why the hell, like, if you want to play a FPS, why the hell would you not just get Battlefield 1? Because it's everything this game is and like 10 times more content. Or like gameplay
Yeah.
opportunities.
It really is. I don't play any FPSs, but I agree.
The only thing Call of Duty does better is just the sense of progression. Battlefield 1 doesn't have like any progression.
My problem with these games is like they were sold like the original Call of Duties were sold as like tactical shooters, but then they all just turn into fucking running guns. That's
Yeah.
my biggest complaint with them.
Like the original Call of Duty trilogy had like, I mean, you played them for the campaign, right? And like,
Yeah.
I remember Call of Duty 3 actually had like story and characterization. It felt like you were in a war. Out of the guns I've used, there's so many more variations in Battlefield 1 and like guns.
There's
Everything
a,
here is just fucking generic ass bullshit.